Should have started.
Yo,
Should have started.
Hey, did you get that? Did you?
Yeah.
Should have started.
Hey, I'm leaving that in the video, bro. I'm leaving that
Yeah, well, I know where I need to send you. Hey, where's my camera? Hey, Pete, yep. Hey, Pete. As soon as we said that, you said put me on game. That is- Good evening, afternoon, morning, Friday. Good Friday. And welcome into your favorite show, your favorite podcast, the Gumball Sports Machine Podcast, the show in which we love, we laugh, we hug, we cry, we smile, and most importantly, we are positive. I am your host, Jamal Gumo, a.k.a. Gumball, a.k.a. Mr. You Know Gumo. And I have, of course, this next to me, that guy. Hold on. That guy, that's my dog, that's my OG, and the man we call the generalizer, and my unk, I forgot that part. And the man we call the generalizer, triple OG Tone. Tone, how are you feeling on this beautiful Friday night?
Me good, brethren. How you doing?
You've dipped into your Jamaican, your chip is in the Jamaican. I don't know what I'm going to ask you here, Tone. You've become Jamaican tonight.
You know, sometimes me switch it up.
Now, can you do the whole show?
No.
No.
Not lie, brethren.
Okay. Well, it's worth a try. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes you get a little
I'll turn it off now.
Tone, how's your week? How was the week? How'd the week treat you?
Better now, man. The young ones was a little sick, man. Something's in the air. The weather's changing, but they're getting better, so I'm getting better.
You know what? Amen to that. You know what I mean? Yeah, listen, it was maybe something in the air, you know. Let's move on. All right, not feeling very creative.
How you doing, my brother?
You know what? Tone, I'm fabulous. You know what I mean? I'm fabulous. The sun's out a little bit of blue.
Hello, US.
Yeah.
You too young.
Yeah. No, is that a TV show?
The rapper.
Oh, it's a rapper. Oh, okay.
You don't know who Fabulous is, the rapper? Goodness gracious. I apologize, people. My bad.
Fabulous.
Fabulous. Yeah, he's from New York. He's from New York.
Oh,
from
yeah. You know, I'm
also, if you didn't know, so.
I'm from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? I know very little about them.
You got a track with your favorite rapper called the 6 Minutes. It's him, Wayne, Cassidy. Tough track. Y'all listen to that.
6 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I think they each killed a microphone for about 2 minutes. They be spazzing out.
Oh wow! Oh! So the song is actually 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's a 6 minutes. But they Fabulous, Wayne and Cassidy. Check that one out after the show, man. And then we'll get back to them, and they'll be like, "Oh, I might have known Fab. I might have heard a track or two."
Oh yeah. I was thinking about coming out with my own 6 minute track. Yeah,
you ever heard the song "Breathe"? 1 into the 2, 2 into the 3, 3 into the. Then you gotta breathe. No,
I would be lying if I said yes. You know what I mean? It's one of those.
Man, we a good show.
Yeah. Tone, you know what's your favorite sport?
Baloncesto.
Lovely sport. Although it's not lovely to all of us. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Tone. Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks, they're beefing a little bit here. You know what I'm saying? They're not on the same page. Not on the same page. Giannis is hurt. He hurt himself a few days ago, maybe last week. He came down with the knee. He went up for a dunk, actually dunked on somebody, and when he came down, he landed really awkwardly on his knee, and so he's been out of the lineup since. And the Bucks were looking to shut him down. The Bucks were looking to shut him down. Tone, obviously, you remember the rumors from earlier this season in terms of him wanting a trade, and then him saying he doesn't want to be traded, and then the Bucks were listening to trade offers, yada yada yada. And because of that, I'm sure from the business side of things, the Bucks wanted to shut him down in case of further injury. And Giannis said, "No, you pay me to play basketball, and so I want to play basketball." Tone, what are the next steps for Giannis and the Bucks? Where do they go from here? I mean, obviously, Giannis being the athlete, being the competitor that he is, he wants to play. He wants to play every night that he's able to. But again, from the business side of things, the Bucks want to sit him so that he doesn't get hurt even more than he already is. What are the next steps for Giannis and the Bucks?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say I'm thankful that he didn't hurt himself more than he did because it looked crazy. It looked painful. Um, but Giannis is one of them old school tough dudes, man. I think it's a good thing for the sport, a good thing for obviously Bucks fans. He's brought a lot to the table, brought a lot to that organization. Um, and if he is going to leave, he probably wants to leave on a good note. Um, but this is a business, and it's in the Bucks' best interest to have him at his most valuable if they are going to move on. And he will not be valuable if he's hurt, especially if he's hurt, with the season-ending injury or one of those kind of 3 month, 6 month type of injuries. Um, it's tough though. Again, as a fan of the sport, I want to see Giannis play, even though it's like, what are you playing for? They don't. What are they? They're like 6 games behind the 10th spot or something like that. 7 games.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it'd take a miracle for them to get back in the play-in.
Yeah, I don't know what he's playing for. It's tough though, man. Because again, Giannis is one of those old school guys. He's competitive, man, and you love to see that in the sport. But I just don't know what he sees in as a value for him playing. It's not like I don't know. They got a tough enough roster that needs to learn with him. I know they got Cam Thomas, but I just don't understand why he's so adamant on playing. But it's dope to see. It's dope to see.
Yeah, I see it from the competitor side of Giannis. Of okay, if I'm healthy, I want to play. You're paying me to play basketball, so that's what I want to do. I want to play basketball. I want to earn the money that you're paying me. And he understands that he's getting paid a lot of money to play a game that he happens to be extremely good at. And so he appreciates the opportunity, and so he doesn't want the opportunity to go to waste. From the business side, from the Milwaukee Bucks side of things, of course, you look at it and say, okay, you know what? In case we do find a way to trade Giannis in the offseason, we don't want to be selling damaged goods because if he's damaged, if he's hurt, we have no leverage. We have no leverage, even less than we already do, because a lot of the league understands, okay, the Bucks are kind of in a purgatory right now. And so the only way they get out of that purgatory is trading Giannis for whatever picks, for whatever players that you could possibly get to start a rebuild. So again, I understand if you're Giannis that you want to play. And again, if I'm the Bucks, it's hard for me to be like, no, sit down, don't play. Because Tony, we saw what happened with Max Crosby with the Raiders. Max Crosby said, we have 2 games left. Why am I not playing? And they told him to sit down. And then they tried to trade him. And then, it turned out the knee injury was a whole big different monster. But Giannis is a competitor. We've seen it for the past 11 years, however long he's been in the league. We've seen it every year that he's been in the league. This year's a little different, Tone, because we understand that there's probably a good chance that Giannis and the Bucks part ways in the offseason. And both sides of the spectrum understand that. Both Giannis and his team, as well as the Bucks and obviously their organization, understand that the best route to go in the offseason is probably to go their separate ways and rebuild off of each other. And I think it's the right move because, again, I think you've gotten everything you can out of Giannis if you're the Bucks. And I think at this point, so you kind of give him an opportunity to go elsewhere and see if he can win another championship.
Yeah, there are some rumors that he finds his way to New York, possibly Golden State. if I'm Milwaukee, I'd probably take that New York move. They got a lot more pieces with some experience, some playoff experience that you can build off of. Um, Golden State, they moved off of Kuminga, who I think would have been a valuable piece for the Milwaukee Bucks to grow with. Um, but I mean, you got those guys over there in New York, a lot of 3-and-D players. I think a lot of pieces that you can surround a young talent that you can draft and and, and potentially make a play in. You know, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting summer. It's going to be an interesting summer. We had an
Yeah.
interesting trade deadline. This summer's going to get a little more interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're looking to trade for Giannis, you got to make sure that you have the pieces around Giannis in order for you to contend. Because right now the Bucks don't have that, and which is one of the reasons why it's probably a good idea for them to split. Because when you look at the 2021 team, now I hate bringing this team up. You know what I'm saying? It brings back some PTSD. It hurts
Why?
me a little bit inside.
Speak
I
to it.
huh?
Speak to why you don't like to bring it up.
I don't. What- I thought you said you're going to turn your Jamaican accent off.
Oh,
It's hard for me to.
okay.
It's hard to. No, yeah, okay. You know, yeah, the Bucks beat the Suns in the finals in 21. Yeah, I said it. I said it. You know, I'm sad about it. It hurts. I can never change it, and because of that, I keep hurting. And Devin Booker still is ringless, but and so are the Suns. But you look at that team, Tony. That team was built perfectly around Giannis because Giannis could just be Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Like he had Drew Holiday. He had a guy that could handle the ball as well as play defense on the best perimeter player on the other on the opposing team. Then you had Chris Middleton, a guy who can go get a bucket. You had a
Yep.
number two, right? A
Yep.
healthy prime Chris Middleton. They can go get a bucket. And then you had Bobby Portis, who was huge on that team. You had Pat Connaughton, who could step out and hit the three when everybody's trying to build a wall and defend
And,
Giannis.
and he hustles on defense.
And he hustles on defense, so that Giannis didn't have to be Superman. Although he could be Superman, you didn't need him to be Superman. So I think you mentioned Knicks, Tony. You mentioned if the Knicks trade him, they have a lot of pieces, but they also have enough pieces to be able to trade and keep what they need to in order to still compete with Giannis. I mean, you're going to trade OG or McKelly. You're going to trade one of them, right? But then you still have Josh Hart, and then you have Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, and Landry Shamet if they decide to keep Landry Shamet, and Jordan Clarkson if they decide to keep Jordan Clarkson. So if you're going to trade for Giannis, especially if you're in the West, because you look at those powerhouses that are in the West, you look at the Spurs, you look at the Thunder, you look at these teams that are going to be good for years and years and years to come. If you're not able to build around Giannis the way that you're supposed to in order to compete for a championship, it's no point. It's no point in trading for him because again, you're just going to be stuck in the same situation that the Bucks are in right now, 2 or 3 years down the road.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Giannis and the Bucks in the offseason. Again, I maybe the Bucks trade him for some picks this year. Or maybe they trade him to somebody who has a top 5 pick this year. You obviously, Tony, how loaded this draft class is with the AJ DeBances of the world and the Darren Petersons of the world and the Cameron Boozers of the world and etc. Caleb Wilsons. So maybe they trade for one of those top 5 picks in this year's draft. But again, you got to get as much as you possibly can for Giannis because I don't know if he's going to be more valuable right now than he will be for the rest of his career. That's going to be the biggest thing. So that's Giannis and the Bucks. So Giannis probably won't play again this season. There's 13 or 14 games, whatever's left of the and on average for the rest of the NBA season. Tone, there's another big injury in the East that could absolutely define the Eastern Conference. And as you can see, it opens up an opportunity for your boys in green. Cade Cunningham went down, and Shams reported it this morning. Cade Cunningham went down with a collapsed lung. And, we understand that collapsed lungs can be absolutely devastating. So, first of all, thoughts and prayers go out to Cade Cunningham, and hopefully he gets a speedy recovery. But we've seen guys go down with collapsed lungs. We've seen TJ Watt and Justin Herbert. Obviously, it's a different sport. But we've seen guys like that go out for extended periods of time. And it seems like Cade Cunningham is about to endure that same thing. So
he missed the first round.
easily. easily. And when you're playing, this Pistons right now, Tone, they're Cade Cunningham or bust. That's what they've shown this
Hey,
season.
if they run into this hot Charlotte team right now, whoa, I don't know if they
Are,
make it out.
are they going to
First,
be able to beat the Charlotte Hornets 4 times in 7 games?
I don't think so. Not without
And
Cade.
so, I mean, Tona, what I want to ask you: Are the Pistons done? Is the Pistons season kind of wrapped up now that their best player and MVP candidate, quite frankly, is done for 6 weeks, 7 weeks?
Quite possibly. I know that they are kicking themselves in the buttocks right now as we speak. They're like, why did we get rid of Jaden Ivey? I know he's no Cade Cunningham, but Jaden Ivey was a problem. Like he's got potential in this league. He's quick. He can get to the bucket. He can facilitate. He can knock down. Yeah, and he sits down. He plays solid defense. I wasn't quite sure why they moved on from him. Honestly, so quickly they didn't give him to me much of a chance. I know he had a couple injuries, but they didn't give him much of a chance. And then they didn't really go get a big name for a backup point guard. Like Kobe White was out there. I know Lonzo's still out there. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Um, I know that Cole Anthony was let go. He was brought to your team, and then they let him go. And so it's kind of weird to me that they haven't solidified that backup spot. I know that they won the other night though without him. They finished the game, won that one without him. So it'll be interesting, but I don't see them beating a play-in or playoff team 4 times out of 7. And I will say the good thing about it is that they're all pretty young. Tobias is like the oldest player on their team, and he will be missed if they have to move on from him. But I think you can find another veteran that can play similar style and fit right in with that team. But they have a pretty young uh, group of guys, and their starting five has just grown tremendously this year. Cade is taking that next step, so hopefully he can come back healthy this year, and they can get it done. But if not, next year's they're gonna be tough, man. They're gonna be tough. That's a whole year that they've gotten to get that continuity, and I'm sure they'll continue to improve over the summer. So I think they obviously need more depth. If I were to look at anything else for them, which is likely why they won't be able to get to the second round without Cade. But besides that, man, they're tough. They got that old school Pistons defense, and they're physical, man.
This is where JB Bickerstaff is really going to earn that Coach of the Year if he deserves it.
Very true, very true.
Because JB Bickerstaff has done a wonderful job with this team. Last year they had Cade Cunningham and they were a 6 seed. And you bring in JB Bickerstaff and he's done a wonderful job with this team, and now he's got this team in the 1 seed. Now you lose your best player, and so we've both watched some Pistons basketball this season. This team relies heavily on Cade Cunningham. They do. And are you going to be able to survive without Cade Cunningham? This is where Jalen Duren's going to have to step up. Duncan Robinson's going to have to step up. Tobias Harris is going to have to step up, because if you look at it, Tone, Tobias Harris has been their number 2 all year. That's been their number 2 guy. Obviously, he's older now. Is he going to be able to step up as much as he needs to step up in order for this team to be successful? I don't know. I don't know. And so this is when the rest of your roster has to take their roles that they have right now and take it to another level, because you don't know when you're going to get Cade Cunningham back, whether it's the first round of the playoffs, or if you get out of the first round of the playoffs, the second round of the playoffs. And you still have 13, 14 games left in the regular season. Can you keep that number 1 seed?
Yeah, I was just going to ask. Well, do you think that it's bad for them, even if they get him back in the first round or second round, if they'll possibly make it, but then the Celtics or possibly the who's in third, the
Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks supersede and get that first spot, because this is it'll be tight. It'll be close. It's a close window, but a 5 or 6 game skid, one of those teams can possibly knock you out of the top spot.
That's going to be the biggest thing. Can you continue to win? Now, I'm looking up their schedule right now. Let's see. They have a pretty tough schedule. So they got their next 5 games. They have the Lakers on Monday, and and we're going to talk about the Lakers here in a little bit, but they're playing some really, really good basketball right now. And then you have the Hawks, and then you have the Pelicans, two not very great teams, and then you go to the Timberwolves, and then you go to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then you got the Raptors after that.
Yeah, they lose about 4 out of 6 of them games.
And will you be able to stay afloat? It's going to be tough because when I'm looking at the standings right here, and the Celtics now they're 5 games back, 4.5 games back of that number 1 seed. Will they be able to catch them? I don't know. Do they have enough games to catch them? I don't know.
I wonder if it updated. We just won. Did it update instantly?
I believe so. I believe so. Yeah, because tonight you beat the Grizzlies tonight, right?
Yeah, Luka Garza went for 22 career high.
Play. Hey, you know how I feel about Luka Garza. I like Luka Garza. Ever since I got March Madness on the TV behind the screen right now. Ever since he was playing at Iowa, I've loved Luka Garza's game, and so now he's just getting an opportunity to play. But if you're the Pistons, you have to find some way to win half of the games you have left, and able to keep that number 1 seed. And even if you do get the number 1 seed, are you going to play Orlando? Are you going to play Miami? Are you going to play Charlotte? Are you going to play one of these playing teams that are playing some good basketball right now? The Magic have started to figure it out. The Heat, obviously, what they got going on. That Bam Adebayo obviously just scored 83 points, and they're kind of rolling recently. And obviously, we know about the Charlotte Hornets. They've been one of the best teams in the NBA over the past 2 months. And I don't know if you're going to be able to beat one of these teams, any of these teams in the East, quite frankly, without Cade Cunningham. And so I think this is a huge blow. This is a huge blow. But when you look at the Pistons roster, who is there somebody on the roster that you think needs to step up to fill? Obviously, Cade Cunningham's shoes are humongous. Metaphorically speaking, the shoes that he wears for that basketball team are humongous, and it may not be one guy that fills his shoes, but is there somebody that you think could step up for that team and could kind of take on the number 1 guy role?
Caris LeVert. I've seen him do it before in Indiana. I'm interested to see how he comes off the bench in hoops. I'd imagine he's going to get a lot more playing time. He's kind of a veteran on that type of team. And yeah, he can put the basketball on the hole. He can score, and so he'll have to step up his playmaking to continue to make Jalen Durant formidable. But Jalen Durant has been balling regardless. Like he had, I think, his career high last week, and he's just been playing. He's been averaging a mean double-double. So I will say they're not going to lay down. I'll tell you that. They're not going to lay down.
The one guy that kind of sticks out to me, obviously you look at Jalen Durant, who's an all-star this year. Duncan Robinson, who's been in the league for a long time, has won at the highest level. Tobias Harris, who's also been in the league at a long time, is a rookie. Dennis Jenkins. And the reason why I'm looking at Dennis Jenkins is because they're going to need another ball handler, Tom. Because Cade Cunningham, he was the guy that was setting up Jalen Durant, that was setting up Tobias Harris, that was setting up Duncan Robinson to get them in positions to score the basketball. Dennis Jenkins is now going to have to fill that role because as much as we would like Asar Thompson to be able to do that, I don't think he's at that level yet. And because of that, I think the rookie Dennis Jenkins is going to have to step up because they're going to need somebody to set everybody else up. And could it be Caris LeVert? But Caris LeVert is more of a scorer. You know what I'm saying? We were just talking about that. Caris LeVert is more of a scorer. Tobias Harris is more of a scorer. And so when you look at, he in the game against the Warriors, he had 22 points, 8 assists. And again, this is from a rookie. And so somebody's going to have to step up for these Detroit Pistons. And real quick, before we continue this conversation, the third member of our team has joined us as he's getting comfortable. I got to bring him in again. You talk about basketball, Tom. We talk about basketball. We got to bring in the expert. We got to bring in the analyzer. This is the analyzer killer, Kyson, joins us. Kyson, what's crack-a-lackin'? What's happening?
Man, not too much, man. Just thank God it's Friday, right?
Amen to that. Hey,
Yeah,
amen to that. I am so happy it's Friday. Um, Kyson, we were just talking about Cade Cunningham, and obviously the blow that is to the Detroit Pistons, having him being their best player, and them kind of being Cade Cunningham or bust, pretty much all season. How much of a blow is this to the Detroit Pistons? And can the Pistons somehow survive till the end of the season and possibly get out of the first round if they do not have Cade Cunningham for that long?
Yeah, it's a huge blow to the Detroit Pistons. One thing I can kind of go back to is a game against the Cavaliers where K fouled out, and K played bad that game anyway, but they end up winning. So they've shown some examples of being able to win and play without K, but the playoffs is a different beast. You need your guy, you need your boy for the main moments, and it's unfortunate, man. It really is because he was in MVP conversations a couple weeks ago. He was clear first team All NBA, and from the looks of it, looks like he won't make any awards due to the 65 game limit. He'll play about 60 games for the year if he doesn't play anymore this season. So it's definitely unfortunate because he's a he's a good player. He's a ethical hooper. People will say, he doesn't foul bait. He plays straight up. He's a bucket getter. He's a great facilitator, and those his teammates are very dependent on him in terms of getting them the shots they need, including Jalen Duren, the All Star. He's not really a guy that can post up and create his own shot. He's very reliant on pocket passes, lobs, things of that nature. So it's unfortunate because we were just here a few days ago, and it was news to me that the Celtics were clear favorites, and now it's not new to me no more. Like it's very clear that the Celtics might walk to the finals unless the Knicks or maybe the Cavaliers have something to say so. So for Detroit, it was a great story. This is a team that was the worst team in the league 2 years ago, easily. Now they're the best. Um, y'all be all right. Y'all will be all right. Hopefully, Cade. Most importantly, basketball aside, hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he can bounce back from this. This is not a Chris Bosh situation where we won't see him play ever again. But he's young. He'll do the necessary things to get back on the court and make sure he's healthy for not only for the game but for himself.
I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah, I
add
think.
that they're
Go ahead,
five
sorry.
and two. They're 5-2 without him.
Yeah, I think they might can make the second round without him, no doubt. It's just going to get tough when you're going against those real juggernaut teams in the East,
And, and,
including the
and
Celtics.
it's scary because I mean, fellas, I'm looking at the plan right now. It's the Hawks, the Heat, the Sixers, and the Hornets.
If Embiid comes back, that's to me the Sixers are the team that they can beat. But if Embiid comes back for the playoffs, they can't beat any of those teams. To me, honestly,
I agree. I mean, with the way that the Hornets are playing right now, you look, Tone, you mentioned the Sixers and Joel Embiid because if Embiid is back for the playoffs, I think they're one of the more dangerous teams in the East. And the Hawks, maybe. I,
Bucks have
it would
won
still be tough.
like 9 out of their 12, something like that. They're on a run too.
They 11 straight
Yeah, there you
going
go.
against my
Man,
Rockets right now.
it's tough. And then the Heat, I don't think they could beat the Heat. I don't think they could beat the without Cade Cunningham. I don't think they could beat the Heat in a 7-game series. Oh man. Speaking
Houston,
of
we have
which,
a problem.
huh?
So Houston, we have a problem.
Speaking of which, fellas, so that's Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is going to be out for an extended period of time with a collapsed lung. So it'll be interesting to see how the Pistons look without him and how long they will have to play without him, and if they'll have to play without him going into the first round of the NBA playoffs. Kyson, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought your boys up because there's been reporting that there are some sources around the league that are reporting that some members in the Houston Rockets organization are regretting trading for Kevin Durant. Not exactly, only because of maybe I don't want to say disappointing, but the results that have happened so far on the basketball court, maybe you had higher expectations and the expectations not getting met. But because it's hard to relate to Kevin Durant if you're on the team, if you're a teammate of Kevin Durant, if you are coaching at Kevin Durant, because and it's been rumored that they're starting to miss Dylan Brooks and they're starting to miss Jalen Green. Those guys you could relate to a little bit more. Kyson, as a fan, I know we've kind of talked about it throughout the year. Are you starting to regret trading for Kevin Durant and putting the Rockets in the position that they're in right now?
It's a tough call to say regret. I'm someone that don't live with regrets. You live and you learn. You make the decisions and you live with them. And I as a personally, I don't regret trading for Katie at all. We had a chance to go get a top 10, top 15 player of all time who's been playing well, um, who needs an opportunity to show that he can lead. And we needed a guy that can go get buckets. It was a match made in heaven at the time. I felt like um, the expectation was, hey, we're a top two, top three team with you coming on to this team because we were a top two team without you. Um, I will say this: Dylan Brooks is heavily missed just because of his culture, the culture he brings, the tenacity, the I don't care, you got to go through me attitude. He took a lot of that with him out that locker room. Um, in a perfect world, add Kevin Durant to this team with Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, we have a complete different discussion. Even if you let's say you trade Jalen Green and Kevin Durant straight up, I think it will look a lot different. Um, but man, that burner thing that killed us, man. It was real. I don't care what anyone says. Like we are seeing it in real time. Luka Doncic. Um, did y'all talk about him already or
No, not yet. Mm-mm.
okay? Yeah, we'll get to him because boy, but um, he he literally exposed the Rockets 2 nights in this week. He exposed the Rockets, him alone. He took the soul out of them. 2 games in a row, and no one did nothing about it. No one, not the coach begging for Bronny to come in. Like, what are we doing? Like, I get it. Like, all right, I get it. Luka is Luka. No one was gonna guard him that night. You, it could have been the best defenders in the world. They couldn't check him that night. But where's integrity? Where's integrity? We're spaced out. We're not communicating. Kevin Durant, no one can tell you nothing, bro. Like, Segun trying to give you advice on how to break a double, you looking at him like he crazy. Like I get it. I get you're Kevin Durant, you're much more accomplished, but you're not a leader. It's just and it's time and time again, you've been put in positions to lead and you just don't. And I honestly don't think he came here to do that. He came here to get buckets. Fred Van Vliet getting hurt was very, very unfortunate, but God makes no mistakes. God was showing us, hey man, KD, I can't bail you out no more, bro. Here, you gotta be the sole leader. And look what he did as a sole leader. His burner got leaked. Now
Yeah.
Torrey Easton is 6 of 70. Or 7 of I don't know, he hasn't made a three all month. It's March 21st? 20th?
Yeah.
In 20 days, he's not made one 3-pointer. He is nervous. Doesn't want to mess up around KD. Doesn't want to get called the R word. I can't say it on here. With all of that being said, Jamal, I have no regrets. You live and you learn. Um, I wish things were different. Absolutely. I think as a fan, I hate to be negative, but it's just hard for me to believe in this team. But no, I don't think the Rockets regret trading for him. I think they realized this is a gap year, unfortunately, which is crazy to me. Kevin Durant's playing out of his mind. All burner aside. To waste this year on a gap year is kind of crazy. But with that being said, no regrets.
And that's the thing with Kevin Durant, as I learned again. Kyson, you're kind of going through it right now. The past 2.5 years, he was on the Suns. Kevin Durant, you understand how great Kevin Durant is. Kevin Durant is the reason why I call him the most skilled basketball player to ever touch a basketball. Like, you understand how great he is. That is strictly on the basketball court, because when you go into that locker room, when you go off the basketball court, that greatness in terms of just the leadership and the intangibles, Kevin Durant doesn't exactly bring the intangibles. He'll give you all the stats. He'll give you the 27 points a game. He'll shoot 50% from the field and 40% from three and 90% from the free throw line. But he'll give you all the stats. The intangibles is where he struggles. And for that reason, I do believe the Suns added through subtraction with Kevin Durant. And, and so when you look at it, the Rockets are having a good season. It's not like they're bad. It's not like they're in the lottery. They're 42-27. They're right in the thick of things in the West. All that, kind of what Kyson said. I mean, all that he mentioned and all that he's kind of put the Rockets through this season. Do you believe it was a mistake that the Rockets traded for Kevin Durant, or do you think that they should have done it because that was the opportunity that was there?
I guess my position would be the outside looking in. I would have to say yes, unfortunately, and I agree with pretty much everything that both of you said. But just from the outside, I think that the other guys were more valuable in the long term. And so whether or not you're going to keep or trade them, you guys were in the second place last year. And then what Kyson spoke to, Jalen Green, he had some health issues this year. But what did he play? All 80 games last year?
He played every game.
82 games. So when you look at that, if he was on that team which had a little more depth, he didn't have to really average 30 points, or 27. What think Katie's averaging 27, 26 points? He didn't really need to average that. He could have averaged 22 points, been the leading scorer, second leading scorer for that team. And then the tenacity, like you spoke to as well, Kyson, that Dillon Brooks brings, is a different energy in that locker room. And so I understand not wanting to feel as though you made a mistake, but that team was growing in a different direction. And now you're almost stuck because you have to deal with the responsibilities of picking up Kevin Durant. And you're going to have to rebuild one way or the other, because if you don't win a championship this year or next year, Kevin Durant's gone. And so it's either you wait until the end of his career or his contract, or you get rid of him, and now you have to find new continuity with new pieces surrounding Sengun and Thompson. And I just feel like they had an opportunity with Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks, to whereas now they don't. And so there's got to be a little bit of regret. It's unfortunate, though. I agree. Kevin Durant's one of the most skilled basketball players I've ever seen with my two eyes. But for basically the entirety of his career, with all of those skills being had, I don't know if I've ever thought that he was the best basketball player on the planet. And I think some of that comes with leadership. You can have all of those skills and not be the best basketball player. But if you have a different drive, a different way to lead, it can put you in a circle that most people are like, I don't know how he's in this circle. He's not even that talented. But it's the way you carry yourself on and off the court, and you lead by example. Kevin Durant just leads by scoring the basketball. And sometimes that's not going to lead to the success that we want it to lead to. Well, maybe Fred VanVleet would have been the person to tie it all together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel this way right now, but maybe a healthy Fred VanVleet makes this team different.
I think I think he 100% does, and that's what I was like trying to hint towards you earlier. Like he's not a leader, like, but he's a great scorer of a basketball. And but we had a leader, Fred, but again, Fred getting hurt that happened for a reason, right? To your point, Tom, um, your character is a huge part of how you hoop is like how you live, right? Like people like you start missing a bunch of layups and open runs, they gonna start looking at you different. Like, bro, you're not no finisher in real life. You
Yeah.
can't finish layups. So you start stuff, you got good moves, and then you don't finish them. That's how you are in real life. Kevin Durant, I hate to bring politics and stuff like that into this, but he has allegations of, and he's not denying it, of being with some very bad people, and he's not denying it. And it's just like for me, I'm the analyzer. I can't not point that out. I cannot. We can't ignore that this guy just it's just like his character it stains. But if we're talking basketball, I just don't think they regret it that much because we're not that far off from where we were from last year. And um, Jalen Green, let's just keep it 100, man. All right, Dylan Brooks. That's why I was like, Dylan Brooks was a huge. We need him, but
Yeah.
Jalen Green, it was inevitable. He was gone.
Yeah.
His time in Houston was just done. And I love Jalen Green to death. I have his jersey. Huge fan of him. But it's he's just too inconsistent. The what we needed out of him. What we
Hey,
needed out of
for
him on a night to night basis just didn't happen. 38 one night, 14. 26, 8. Like that was inevitable. That was and but one thing I will say, Tone, I'm kind of teeter tottering because you're making great points, Tone. Like seriously, you are. I'm teeter tottering because I look at the Celtics. The Celtics they didn't make major moves. They made semi major moves. The Kimball move, the Kyrie move, Gordon Hayward, so on and so forth. But they kept the core intact. JB, JT, Marcus Smart for the most part. Bring in Derek White, keep him, keep Al. Maybe we jumped the gun a year early on KD. Maybe we could have got him next season. Maybe we could have tried this one more again, won another 50 games, and then maybe. But it's just your window. We talked about it the other episode. Your window is so it's open for so long, basically.
Yeah.
And I feel like the management was like, we gotta make a move now.
It sucks because, Kyson, we were talking about earlier. I feel like I'm just having a big old deja vu. You know what I'm saying? A big old, big old deja vu stew. Because we were talking about earlier, we were talking about Giannis earlier, and we were talking about the 2021 NBA Finals, and obviously how that crushed me. Like, obviously watching my team lose in the finals, that sucked, and obviously we haven't been back since. So there was a reason why I was hurt as much as I was. And then we traded for Kevin Durant. And it's funny because I'm listening to everything you're saying, and I'm like, oh my God, this is clicking. This is the same stuff we were saying when we traded for Kevin Durant. The same thing. Man, you know what? Kevin Durant, boy, he's special, ain't he? Kevin Durant playing for our team. He one of the 10, 15 best players to ever play the game of basketball, and now he's playing for my team. He's playing for the Phoenix Suns. There's something different with Kevin Durant. And then, you know what I'm saying? And once we started realizing that, okay, you know what? Maybe it's the reason why he's gone from team to team as much as he has. This is one of the greatest players in NBA history, and he's played for 4 or 5 different teams. Maybe it's the reason why he's done that. And then come last year, okay, you know what? We got to get KD up out here. KD is great. KD is amazing on the basketball court, but there's something going on in that locker room that it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. And it's funny, you mentioned Fred VanVleet. And when we first traded for KD, remember that core four? It was Chris Paul, it was Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and Kevin Durant. And you know
I
what?
see where you're going.
Hey, Kyson, this team went 8-0. Okay, maybe they can make some noise in the playoffs. They've only played 8 games in the regular season, but those 8 games, man, they look good. And then they go and beat the Clippers in the first round. Ooh, got them up out of there. 5. Gentlemen sweep. Okay, you know what? Bring on the Nuggets. Okay, you know what? We lost to the Nuggets. We lost them in 6 games, right? But we put up a fight. We put up a hard fight. We probably, should have won even more games than we did. But you know what? That's the team that won the championship. We can get better. We can build from here. And then, well, we trade Chris Paul. Okay, well, that was the leader of the team. Okay, Chris Paul, he's getting older. That was the leader of the team, right? That was, okay. I'm okay. Devin Booker can step up and lead. He could be the leader of this team. That didn't work out very well. Okay, you know what? We just need a point guard again. We got to the first round of the playoffs. Minnesota was really good. They got to the conference finals. We got swept. Okay, we just rebuild. You know what? We go get a point guard. We go get some more defensive players, and then we'll be good. When they got Tyus Jones, okay, that didn't work. Oh, we didn't. Hold on. You had Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and you didn't make the play-in? There's something that's not adding up here. 2 and 2 is equaling 5. And that is the KD effect. Because KD, boy, he had a Kevin Durant season. He averaged 27. He shot 50% from the field. He shot 38, 39, 40% from 3. But it was not leading to winning basketball. And so the reason why I'm saying that is because Kevin Durant he's the eye test. He passed the eye candy. He's eye candy, right? Hey, you know what? That guy looks good. I want him to play for my team. Okay, well, you want Kevin Durant to play for your team? Okay, well, you gotta. He doesn't get along with people very much. Okay, you got to cater to Kevin Durant. Okay, you got to put people around Kevin Durant. It's everything that comes along. It's nice to get Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tone Kyson, you get a Lamborghini, right? Hey, you know what? I just got this. You get a BMW. Boy, hey, I just got this Beamer, dog. Hey, oh man, it looked good. Okay, you got to pay $80 to fill the tank. Okay, some break down. You got to pay $1,500 to fix the brakes. Okay, you need oil change. That's $250. So the car's nice. Oh, the car looked nice, boy. You taking it out downtown? You taking it to Mill Ave? Hey, look at my ride. Oh, okay, what's everything that go into it? And I think that's the Kevin Durant effect. And I think that's what the Rockets are going through right now. And to your point, Kyson, I don't think you guys regret trading for Kevin Durant. I don't. Because, again, that's an opportunity that doesn't come along very often. I thought the same thing. I still don't regret trading Kevin Durant. But then, just like we did, we traded Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, 2 core guys that we have been building with. You guys traded Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks, 2 core guys that you have been building with. And so when you look at the pieces that you gave away, it makes you think about it twice. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you know what? Kevin Durant is good, but I kind of want Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson back. Our team was a lot of fun. There's a lot more energy. Kevin Durant is nice, man. We got the 5th seed right now. We're 42-27. Man, Jalen Green and Dillon Brooks, man, if they could just bring that energy back to this basketball team, we could be a different team. So it's that second thought that you think about it. But again, an opportunity comes like that, I don't know if you can pass on it. So because of that, I still don't regret trading for Kevin Durant. And Kyson, like you said, you don't regret for trading for Kevin Durant if you're the Rockets. So again, it's you got to take everything that comes with them.
But 2 things can be true, right? And this is why I was teeter-tottering. This is why I was kind of saying we don't regret it, but that don't make it not a mistake, right? You just said, "Oh my God, Kyson, you're literally giving me deja vu." I shouldn't be giving you deja vu. You went through the absolute worst with this man. Why would I want to? Oh no! I got it. We're gonna put better pieces around him. We're gonna do this, that, and the third. But we didn't. Why? And that's the question I'm still asking. Why not go get a point guard? Why not go get shooters? That's what this dude needs around him. And now that I'm really thinking about it, maybe Tone is right. Maybe the management, as a fan, I don't regret it. Let's just put it out there. But maybe the management is regretting trading for Kevin Durant. Why would they not follow the KD rules that Jamal just gave? Cater to him. Give him this, that, and the third. They didn't. They refused to. Why?
And that's the tough part. Go ahead, Tom.
I feel like I know they had Ime, who was like new to the team, but had his own way of wanting to move forward with things.
That's a different conversation.
And I I don't know if he's the man to have the conversation, but I think that someone needed to establish that Jalen Green should be a sixth man. You need to utilize him like Lou Williams and Jamal Crawford. He's one of those players that can come off the bench and be a spark, especially against other teams' second rotations. I think that allows him to be more consistent, and he doesn't really have a defined role. He's not a unique two guard because of his size, and he's not a facilitating point guard because he doesn't really play make a lot. He's more of a skilled scorer. And I think if you keep those guys, Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, and you establish, you get another point guard to run the show, and then let JG come off the bench and just do what he does. You keep that core; those guys become more valuable as a pair or duo, or and then you grow Jabari Smith Jr. a little bit more. And I'm not saying he's going to fill KD's shoes or anything like that, but you now have two to three more valuable pieces that you can move off of if that's what you're going to do, and you can get more bang for your buck than what you're probably going to get for Kevin Durant on his exit.
And with Kevin Durant, I mean, fellas, if you look at every stop he's been, you look at Oklahoma City, you look at Golden State, you look at Phoenix, you look at Brooklyn, anywhere he's had any symbol of success. Yes, he may have been the best player. He was the best player in Oklahoma City. He was the best player in Golden State. He was the best player in Phoenix and Brooklyn. But all of those places had a vocal leader. All of those places had somebody that was going to say, let's get it together. And his name was not Kevin Durant. Oklahoma City, who they have? Russell Westbrook. Golden State, who they have? Draymond Green. Brooklyn was kind of the only exception. But you go to KD's first year in Phoenix, they had Chris Paul. They didn't have any success after that. They never made it to the second round of the playoffs again. And so Fred VanVleet was going to be that guy. He was going to be that guy. And he may still be that guy because it's not like he's not in the locker room anymore. He's still there. He's just not playing. But as you both of you know very well, just because you are there does not mean you have the same impact that you when you were on the court. And Kevin Durant is just one of those guys. He's not gonna give you that rah-rah speech. He's not gonna give you, hey, you know what? We need to go win this game because of such and such. He's not gonna be that guy. He's gonna go out there, he's gonna give you 30, he's gonna give you 35 on 15 shots, and he's gonna be really, 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 really good. That's about where that trend ends. You're not getting much more than that from KD. You're gonna get everything he has on the basketball court. But you gotta realize, hey, we got to put the pieces around Kevin Durant for this team to be successful. And the Rockets have done that for the most part. But again, it just sucks. Fred VanVleet got hurt before the season. And, and you obviously had that guy in Dylan Brooks that was going to be, hey, you know what, let's get this ish together. And it's just not the case. And also, side note, boy, Kyson, you told me about Jalen Green. There are not words that you could tell somebody. You just have to experience it. You just have to experience it. I saw Jalen Green drop 36 in Toronto. Boy, he looked good. I said, we got some, Tone. We got some, guys. We got some in this Jalen Green kid. And then the next, St. Patrick's Day. You know what day St. Patrick's Day was on this year?
March 14th, so 3/14.
Actually 17th.
Oh, 17, right about my fault.
3/17. You know what Jalen Green shot on St. Patrick's Day? 3/17. You know what? Hey, go get that man a green beer.
He was celebrating.
Hey, Tone, you got some green beer, don't you?
Yeah.
Go get him one. Go get him one. Cause I ain't never seen none like this, bro. I ain't never seen none like now. Jalen Green could play, but dog, boy, he came out firing yesterday against who we play yesterday. San Antonio. First half, we had like 14 points in the first. I say, yo,
okay, that game winner.
This one or not? Oh yeah, that one hurt, Kyson. That one hurt, boy. That one hurt. He came out first quarter, 14 points. I said, oh, Jalen Green on one tonight. shot 1 for 10 in the second half. I say, you know what? Hey, Jalen Green, nice. I don't want KD back, but as we get to keep Dylan Brooks, I'll take him. You know what I'm saying?
Jalen Green, one of them. You just let him shoot. Just let him go crazy. Because he go shoot himself out of it.
Perfect sixth man.
Yeah.
Like that's. Yeah. It's hard to have that conversation with such a young, talented guy, but.
Right.
Yeah, he's 23, man.
Yeah,
23. So, I love the addition. I love Jalen Green. He can play. I love Dylan Brooks. Boy, I love Dylan Brooks. And Lord, we need him back as soon as you possibly can heal him and get him back on the basketball court. But, Kevin Durant. The Kevin Durant experiment is a roller coaster of emotions, boy. And Kyson, it sounds like you learning that day by day.
And the Fred thing is like nobody about it listens to somebody that's injured. Which is
exactly.
Like
what are you going to tell
me? Guys, let's
go. Telling me this. You go out there and do it.
Exactly, and you can't.
You can't.
So
yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. Okay. Now that was the Rockets, Kevin Durant. Let's talk about the boy that was killing the Rockets, Kyson. I'm sorry to bring him up, dog.
And the Heat.
And you know what he did? He just gave he's 60. D-Lo lucky ain't here today. D-Lo lucky he ain't here today. But Luka Doncic, boy, Tone, I be trying to tell you. Hey, he might not stop a snail rolling down the road.
I know. I'm gonna say this, right? Because I did watch yesterday's game. I didn't watch the entire Houston game. I watched like the fourth quarter. Yo, I don't know if it's got anything to do with coaching, but I'm gonna give JJ his credit because I've seen them get feisty on the sideline. And so I'm going to expect that he's giving his due in the locker room. And I feel like Luka's playing better defense, man. You see him actually putting in the effort. I will give he's amazing at playing the lanes. Like I feel like that's just attributed to his maturity. He's been playing professional basketball since he was young. But he's playing better defense, man, and I stand by what I said that he's got to play like this in the playoffs because I feel like this is where he builds his expectations. What we're watching right now is what I'm gonna. How am I gonna watch this now and not expect this or more in the playoffs?
Yep.
And that's why if he doesn't perform like this, I'm gonna be like, come on, Luka, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like you really top five. How you not? You know what I'm saying? But I just want to give you your credit, man, because you definitely always support that dude. You say he's that guy. I will be honest. I do think that offensively he is top 3, if not the one in the league. But I think that because he doesn't have enough of an impact defensively, I don't think he is top 5 right now. I could give you 5 other guys that have a bigger impact during the game.
And that's debatable. And I'm not going to call you crazy because he is very, very lackluster on the defensive side of the ball. But real quick, let's build off of that, Tone. The Lakers have won 9 of their last 10 games, and I believe they're on a 6 or 7 game winning streak. Tone, should we start taking the Lakers more seriously as title contenders? Because obviously, you want to start playing your best basketball at the end of the season going into the playoffs. And it looks like that's what the Lakers are doing. So do we need to start taking the Lakers more seriously as true championship contenders, especially in the West?
Yeah, it's going to be painful for me to say this, but yeah, I can't see why not. And Kyson said earlier that the regular season and the playoffs are not the same. This is where you establish good basketball, especially at the end of the season, because some of these games are respected at like playoff games. They're just one and dones, but they're respected like playoff matchups. And boy, are they playing well. There's been several little outlets saying that your boy Ayton has admitted to finding his role within the Lakers organization, which is beyond me. 60-something games in, and now you're finding your role. Crazy. I don't know why he thought he was going to average 30 when you got, arguably the best scorer in the NBA and LeBron James. And then you got Austin who can average. He could probably average 20, 25 on any, if he was starting, guard on another team without these guys. So you got three guys who are going to bring 60 to 70 points per night, and you thought you were going to average 30 is insane. But yeah, you gotta respect them, man. They got Marcus Smart back. He's healthy. He's a guy who can defend very well on the perimeter. Um, and they got a little bit of depth on that bench as well. It's definitely health is going to be a benefactor. And I just really say that it's all up to LeBron James, and he's he's got the experience. This is crazy to say, but he's got the experience, and we've seen him do it time and time and time again. I know he's 41 years old, but if he can bring just I want to say what he's been doing this past week. If he can bring 90% of that, they're gonna be scary in the playoffs, man. OKC and San Antonio are the only teams that I could see would really put any fear into them. But I don't think that again with LeBron James' experience, he came back from down 3-1 against the greatest team we've ever seen, and then San Antonio just doesn't have the experience. They've got one of the greatest talents of this generation moving forward, and they're playing phenomenal basketball, but they lack the experience to where Luka and LeBron can close out a game if they keep it close. It's going to be a great playoff, man. The West Coast is tough. Um, I would like to put Denver in that mix, but honestly, I've been seeing a different version of Jokic. It's almost like people have figured something out. Um, of course, he's still a phenomenal basketball player, but he's not the same that I'm used to on every given night. Um, but yeah, I'm anxious to see Luka do this in the playoffs, man. This I will say this as I made that kind of gesture of him not being top five, if he can play like this in the playoffs and actually get himself to the finals, boy, is he top three.
Hey, and Kyson, obviously, how much I kind of praise Luka just because of what he's been able to do. Luka is one of the greatest playoff performers I've seen with my own two eyes that I've ever seen. And because of that, that's why I hold Luka at such a high level to be able to perform when they absolutely need him most. We saw it last year. He wasn't great. They got swept by the Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs. This year, this looks like a different team, Kyson. This looks like a different basketball team, especially down the stretch here. Do the Lakers need to be taken more seriously as legitimate championship contenders?
Yeah, I think they putting the league on notice. They had the slow start, and then they were kind of in this phase where they're winning games, but it's not legit. It's like, eh. Like I was just saying a couple weeks ago, man, I want the Lakers first round. Like I can pull up the receipts of me saying I wanted the Lakers first round, no problem. But now they've shifted a gear where no one wants them, including the Rockets. I hope we don't get them first round because that should be a nightmare. Be a 5 game series. They just abuse KD the whole time. Luka abuse anybody he wants. Um, Tone, I don't know Tone. I don't know what else you need to see, bro. That man is top three.
Kyson, I've been trying to tell him, dog.
I'm sorry, and he's been amazing. I won't say amazing defensively, but for his standard, he's been way better defensively. Um, I just don't like the way he complains. He's been doing that a lot less too. You know,
There you go. There you
so
go. That's the thing because the same way we're speaking to Kevin Durant's leadership, LeBron James is no longer the leader of that organization. It's Luka Doncic. So that
yeah,
energy, other his teammates are going to feed off of that. And if he gets into the playoffs and doesn't get the calls that he feels as though he deserves, he tends to flail his arms, sit on the ground, and that energy is fed off of. And so whether I like to just I don't know if I'm piling on to it, but I feel like you can't be top three if you're acting like that.
he's working on it. But it's just man averaging 33, 8 and 8 again. Come on, man. Like
Special, man. Special.
he's 100% special. But I'm gonna kind of uh tip my cap to the jersey I wore last episode and your team tone, the Celtics, because Marcus Smart has changed his team 100%. His defensive intensity, his defensive IQ, and just his presence alone has literally shifted his team into the team they have been wanting to be. And implementing him in the starting lineup was the best thing JJ has done this season because it made Rui. Because Rui thought he was good. I'm starting. I'm gonna start at five. Luka, me, Bron. Hell yeah, nah. Hit this bench, big bro. Until you start playing some defense, hit this bench. I don't need. I'm gonna get my 12 points regardless out of you, but I need defense more. And Marcus Smart has definitely brings that and more. Um, yeah, you definitely got to start taking the Lakers serious. Don't. I think Denver still uh has the number. Jokic is 100%. I think that's obvious. I think that's why he isn't looking to par. He's trying to get that MVP, but he's kind of hurting himself in the process. I think the NBA will definitely review the 65 game rule this summer. Maybe tweak it, maybe shorten it to 60 games. I think that'd be a little bit. I don't know, but in terms of the teams that can compete with the Lakers, OKC, I think they're still the clear favorite. I think the Spurs don't have enough experience. And for the Lakers' sake, LeBron and Marcus Smart, those two guys, if they can stay healthy, I think they'll be all right. Because LeBron, quiet triple double. Like I don't know, no one's been talking about that. I know Luke had 60, but a 40-year-old had a triple double on some cool stuff. He had 30 quietly that missed one shot. You know, he's an X factor, and Marcus Smart. He's got to stay healthy. He's got to stay engaged, and unfortunately, the Lakers are definitely a problem.
Yeah, Luka. Obviously, you guys know how much I praise Luka, and he's a problem, and he's a big problem, and he's the reason. He's the biggest reason why the Lakers are playing as well as they are right now. With that being said, I'm not sold on him yet. I'm not. They may be playing some really good basketball. They may be, and it might sound crazy. But there's one thing that.
No might about it.
Hold that thought, brother, because there's one.
I already know where you're going.
There's one thing that sticks out like a sore thumb, boy. And it's all I need is two words. Austin Reeves.
That was
sticks
not
out like a sore thumb to me.
Jamal, the thing is, he playing for a contract right now, and it's obvious.
Oh, absolutely. Because with LeBron, who knows, we're going to have that conversation eventually on where LeBron is going to go after this season. But, and I gotta give a shout out to D'Lo because he's mentioned this multiple times. If Luka doesn't have it going, because Luka's going to get trapped in the playoffs, Luka's going to get a lot of attention in the playoffs. If LeBron doesn't have it going, LeBron is 41 years old. He may not have it every night. He may not have it in game 3 of the second round series. Hey, AR, do you exist still? Are you still breathing? Do you still play for this basketball team? Wake up, do something. I don't know if he's capable of that. I haven't seen it yet, fellas. I haven't. Because again, I know what I'm going to get from Luka Doncic. I know what I'm going to get from LeBron James. I don't know what I'm going to get from AR. And because of that is the biggest reason why I'm skeptical of the Los Angeles Lakers. You're going to face some good teams. And some very, very good defensive teams. You're going to face the Spurs. You're going to face the Oklahoma City Thunder. You're going to face the Minnesota Timberwolves. You're going to face the Houston Rockets. Okay, so when their third best defender is on you, when you're facing Tari Eason, and you're facing Kyson Wallace, right? And you're facing Ayu Dosunmu of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Can you go get a bucket? Can you, hey, you know what, AR? LeBron's gassed. Luka Doncic can't get anything going because it's 3-4 guys that are guarding him at one time. Okay, AR, option number 3, go get me a bucket. Over the past few years, he hasn't been able to do that. He's had spurts. He's had spurts, but he hasn't consistently done it in the playoffs when it matters the most. And that is what worries me the most about this Lakers team. And because of that, I don't know if I like their chances against the Denver Nuggets. I don't know if I like their chances against teams like the Spurs and the Thunder. Because legitimate title threats are teams that I think could compete, not beat, compete against the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. I don't think they can compete with either one of those teams. I think the Nuggets can, and that's where the list stops. So legitimate title contenders in the West, at least, I don't see the Lakers as one of them. Not yet. And again, they're playing some really good ball, and they're beating some really good basketball teams. I just think Austin Reeves is that sore thumb. That's that sore thumb that sticks out, man. He jumps off the screen. They're like, hold on. Or maybe he doesn't jump off the screen. Is Austin Reeves playing tonight? Is he healthy? And that's why I don't believe in the Lakers right now as a true title contender.
I'm with you, especially if JJ's on this. Austin Reeves is the second option. That's baloney. That's some bull. It's LeBron. I don't care. LeBron, you can argue he's still somewhat of the first option. Like LeBron, like he is finally giving his team to Luka. Finally. But damn, you trying to stoop him down 2 levels? So I'm with you, but I think JJ will come to his senses and be like, this kid ain't ready for the light shade.
Yep.
But we got a guy who's been in the finals 10 times. He's gonna turn that phone off. There's no more social media and tap in.
What's he call it? Playoff mode?
Play 0 dark 30.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, hey, once LeBron gets in that mode, we've seen him get in that mode and lock in, and he is a dangerous man when he's in that mode. Real quick though, Tone, you were just kind of speaking about Luka and what he's been able to do. You look at some of these guys. You look at SGA, who he can only miss 2 more games. Or 5 more games. You look at Jokic, he can only miss 2 more games. You look at Wemby, he can only miss, I believe, 1 or 2 more games. Could Luka be a legitimate threat to win the MVP award, especially of his recent play? Do you think Luka could sneak into that MVP race where, okay, you know what? Cade can't win it. Wemby's on the cusp. But can Luka sneak into that conversation and actually win the MVP?
Yeah, I mean they're third in the West, so I feel like that's kind of the cusp. Like I don't feel like this. I think it's happened before where like a guy's had his team in 6th place and he's won MVP or something like that. But I feel like third should be the cusp. Like, come on, you got to be able to keep your team above ground. And he's balling, man. Like, I will say though that I heard something today, and I think it's something in the group chat. If SGA can play that 65, you know that he is the only player to average 30 for 4 seasons in a row since Michael Jordan.
Wow.
That's insane.
Wow.
He don't be playing for real, bro.
He just be out there he be out there having fun.
Like really.
Yo, SGA is really like that. And I don't even think like I know that we respect him, but I don't think we're giving him his just due. You know what I'm saying? Like he is on that level. You know what I'm saying? We get kind of in this caught up with Jokic's outlandish numbers and Luka's outlandish numbers, but SGA's quietly, if I can even say that, just holding this standard because he's so young that we've never really seen before. Like MJ wasn't this young doing what SGA is doing. It's not kind of crazy, remarkable. But back to Luka, it's possible. It's possible. I want to, and I know you want to, Kyson to respond, I guess, to that one as well. But I got a kind of a sidebar to that one I want y'all to answer as well. We were talking about regret. And I've asked Maul this question before, Kyson. Do you think the Phoenix Suns have any regret to not drafting Luka Doncic?
It was a tough situation in terms of it was a lot of politics into that. Like it was a lot of political stuff in the front office going into that. Um, it was a GM and the ownership not being on the same page. So yes, they 100% regret not drafting this dude. I think they wish they would have had their ducks in a row because why get his coach if you're not about to draft him? Like it was y'all that did that, right, Jamal? Y'all
Yeah, they
got his
wasted
coach,
Yeah,
$1 million.
Igor Kokoskov.
and then he didn't want to coach after that.
Yep,
Yeah,
100%.
that's telling me James Jones. He was a GM, right, at the time.
No, it was Ryan McDonough.
I'm pretty sure James Jones was in there a few years later, like not even
Yeah.
2 years later. Like
Right.
them two were not on the same page at all. So they 100%
I don't know.
regret.
I don't know if they're in the same book, Kyson. I don't know if they was in the same book. To be completely honest with you, bro.
Yeah. So, but to answer Jamal's question, does Luka have a legit chance? No, I'm gonna keep it on it. SGA, I said it last episode. SGA might win unanimous. Like I know we sit here, we I think the reason why we talk about him how we talk about him is because he's so young, right? I feel like in the next couple years we're gonna be like, we gotta start having some conversations about this dude, like because it's like when he shoots, especially a midi, it's going in, like it's going in, like
He's gonna start running back on defense.
yes, get back on D, get back
Yep.
on D. Like, if you get the ball with 9 seconds to go, shot clock, yeah, so
Put the 2 points on the board.
yeah,
Yeah, just get back on defense.
or it's a free throw, whichever one.
Yeah.
Like, so that's kind of like what Curry was, what James Harden was for a couple of seasons, where LeBron was even for a couple of seasons. So he's definitely in unprecedented territory. And Luka's killing it, man. Like I know y'all remember in the group chat, I put it. It was like a month ago. I said, man, Luka don't deserve it, but man, he just needs to win him an MVP.
Yeah.
He does. It's just he's in SGA's era right now. And before that he was in Jokic's, and before that he was in Giannis's, and Harden's. Like it's just damn. Like when will Luka get his shot? Good thing Luka's only 26, so he has. I feel like he'll win an MVP eventually, no doubt. Not this year though. I think his SGA is up to lose. To be honest.
Yeah, as much as I would like to see Luka win it, because well, first of all, I picked him to win it before the season, but I love being right. You know what I'm saying, Mister Gumo. You know what I'm saying. That's what they call me around here. But no, as much as I would like to see, just because of the special player that Luka Doncic is, you guys are right. I think it's possible he can sneak into that conversation, especially if SGA does not meet the game requirements, if Jokic doesn't meet the game requirements, if Wemby doesn't meet the game requirements. I think it's possible. But if those guys make the game requirements, and another guy I didn't mention, Jaylen Brown, I think is probably either, he's right there, neck and neck, whether you have Jaylen Brown ahead or behind Luka in terms of the MVP race. It's going to be tough for him to win this year, especially just because of the guys that have performed at the level that they have. Kyson, you mentioned the SGAs. Tone, you mentioned the Jokic's. Yeah, I mean, these guys walk out of bed and give you, 35 and 35 points. If you're Jokic, 35, 12, and 13. And if you're SGA, you're getting 35 points, on 6 assists and 1 turnover, and a win. You know what I'm saying?
3/4.
And 3/4, and you get to sit out the rest of the fourth quarter because you're up by 30. And so it's hard to go against that right now. The thing is about Luka, though, man, I don't even think he's in his prime yet. I don't think this is the best Luka Doncic that we're gonna see. I think he's still getting better. That's the terrifying part. And this is why it hurt so much when they traded him to the Lakers. Because if you're the Lakers, right? When I mean, if you want to go back as far as like Kareem, but you get Kareem, and then you get Magic, and then you get Kobe, and then you get Shaq, and then Kobe becomes even better. And then you get Bron. And now you have Luka. Like they just get these star players, and maybe that's what it's like being in a big market. That's what it is, being a Los Angeles Laker or a fan or whatever it is. But Luka Doncic is still getting better, and that's the terrifying part because SGA also I do think is still getting better, and this is an MVP. This is a Finals MVP, and yeah, I Luka Doncic is going to win MVP at some point in his career. I have no doubt about it in my mind. It will not be in 2025 and 2026. So
I think he has a 6-year window, if I'm gonna be honest. And
from here?
6-year window. And I would like to guarantee that he wins one. But when I see play like SGA could win another one or two.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Wemby.
Damn. Because he's like second on NBA.com last week.
Yeah, as he should be, because I will continue to say this. I think when we're looking at the NBA in 10, 15 years from now, we're going to be talking about Wemby in the greatest player of all time conversation. We're going to be putting him in the LeBron James conversation. We're going to be putting him in the Michael Jordan conversation. And so, Tone, you make a great point. It's going to be hard for Luka to win an MVP in the Victor Wembanyama era, but I do think it's possible.
The reason why I could say it's going to be even harder for him is because of the type of defense that Wemby brings to the table. You're going to average more than 3 blocks every year. And so Luka doesn't bring that side to the table. And so if Victor just continues to become as consistent as he's becoming on offense and starts to average 27 plus, 12 rebounds, 4 or 5 assists, and 4 blocks, I don't know what can Luka do? Like, he's got to bank on Wemby getting hurt.
Yeah.
The NBA, they ain't go. One thing, I'm surprised Jokic has 3, to be honest. Because LeBron got 4, he should have 8. Right? Like, Jordan should have more than what he got. They stopped Jordan at 5. So they might give SGA 2 more this year, maybe another year, and you're done.
I think the difference with like SGA's got a team in first place.
Yeah.
That's the difference between all of Jokic wasn't always in first place.
Or really ever.
And so if SGA's in first place and he continues to play as consistent as he's playing, it's gonna be tough not to give it to SGA, boy.
As much winning as he does, and still averaging 32 points, only playing 3 quarters a game
in 26 minutes, and went and sat down and let Jared McCain have the most points in the game.
That's like they got Jared McCain for free. The Thunder got Jared McCain for free.
Yeah, playing the Sixers, man.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that.
And when you think about the organizations that could have picked him up, insane.
Imagine him on the Rockets.
I didn't want to say it, but I was like, he made
he'd be in the starting lineup.
We're saved.
He'd be in the starting lineup, boy. He'd be right in there with a man.
And Reed is nice. But he just didn't do that. He's getting there, but
he's like, I don't want to say he's developing a lot slower than I thought, but he's developing a little slower than I thought he would. Like
for the third pick, yes.
For the third overall pick, guys, in what 2022, 23? Maybe 24?
24, yeah.
I'm with you. I do believe he's going to be a good player, but he is still undersized. It's going to be it's going to be tough for him to be an elite guard in this league. I mean, especially playing alongside Amen Thompson, which, I mean, maybe that's your future backcourt. Maybe Reed Shepherd and Amen Thompson.
Amen been going crazy.
Yeah, boy, offensively, but he got to get a jumper. He got to get a jumper.
Not going to happen.
I was about to say, it probably won't happen. He'll have to sacrifice so much to get a shot. Like, it's insane. Maybe a midi, maybe a floater.
I mean, but if he 15, 16 footer.
Yeah, something like a little push shot. I'll do that.
Oh, man.
But
yeah,
jumper,
but if he gets
a three-pointer, nah.
Well, if he gets a consistent jumper, like mid-range three,
he should be 3 and D. Like at this era of basketball, the conversation we were having a couple nights ago, Kyson, like this era of basketball, he should at least be a 3 and D. It's hard for me to even understand because I love him and his brother's game. And those dudes were playing like better basketball than most dudes their age at that time. You would have thought that whoever was mentoring them said, yo, you got to play. You got to be able to shoot the ball in the A. You know what I'm saying?
It shocks me. It shocks me that with their lack of ability to shoot the three ball. As guards, they're not bigs. As guards, man. But if Amen Thompson could get a consistent jump shot, boy, he'd be in the conversation with those SGAs and the Lukas. I fully believe that as one of the best guards in the league. Oh, I fully believe that.
His ball
as long as he doesn't have a jumper, it's going to be tough.
His ball handle could get a little bit better too, but he's tough, man. He's tough.
Yeah, he's a problem.
And real quick on Luka, y'all know he's been playing like grown men since he was 13.
Mm-hmm. That's insane. It's insane.
Oh, I see what you're going with.
Because Ricky Rubio was 33. Same situation. I'm not comparing Ricky Rubio and Luka at all. Not at all. But Ricky Rubio was a pro at 11, 12 years old and burnt himself out. He wasn't even Luka's level and burnt himself out at 32. I'm sure Luka has a little bit more mental capacity than Rubio.
He plays a little slower too.
Exactly.
Like Rubio used to
he was he full court pressing you.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's a great point, guys. I didn't think about that. I mean, obviously playing at the pro level at 13 years old, obviously that takes a toll on you physically, but mentally, like you just mentioned, like 33, 34 years old, I'm like, you know what? Do I want to go through another training camp? Do I want to go through another offseason where I'm training every other day, doing these insane workouts? It's all about how much you love it. It's all about how much you love it. And it seems as if Luka loves it, as much as he shows. But again, are you going to be able to continuously doing that, for 20 years?
Post-game interview just the other night when they asked him about LeBron, he was like, yeah, by the time I'm that age, I'm going to be watching. I'll be sitting in the stands and sitting in my house watching.
Boy, I'm telling you, 41? Oh, I'm going to be at the crib, bro. Yeah, you know what? The torch has been passed by then. The torch been, I don't know who coming into the league. I ain't got the torch no more. Somebody else got it. Yeah, you go ask them. So yeah, it's just man, it's gonna be interesting to see. But again, I think Luka's getting better. I think SGA is getting better. The thing is, and I think that we can all agree on, is that the league is in good hands. The league is in good hands.
I think we got one of those guys coming. We probably got 2 or 3 of those guys coming with this draft, but I think we got another one of those bucket getters that will be a worldwide phenomenon. AJ's name will be talked about next year.
Boy, he just had 35 in a loss. 35 points in a loss AJ DeBanza had. Oh, man, I felt
wherever he goes, they're getting a future star, man.
Oh, yeah. And, he yesterday after the game, he said that, he was still debating on his decision and he's going to talk with his mom. And, hey, mom, what mama says, go. Hey, Tone, Kyson, if mama don't say go into that draft, boy, I'll be shocked. Go get you some money. Go get you some
so many opportunities you get, man. And then you got to think you could hurt yourself. So why would you wait? You know what I'm saying? If you're going to hurt yourself, might as well be in the league with the best doctors in the world.
Exactly. So, hey, go get you some real money. They're making NIL money, making little $2-3 million, but you can't. You're not making $2-3 million in the league. You're making 10-15.
4 years from now, he could be making hundreds of millions of dollars.
College who?
that Nike deal.
College who? Yeah. Come on, dog. College who? Let me go on to the league, bro.
Let me ask y'all this. So y'all said there's a lot of talent in the league, at least in good hands. Is it the talent good enough for two new teams to enter the NBA?
Oh yeah,
I think so.
because you'll have an expansion draft, right? And so what I believe what happens is every team you lock in 8 players. You got your 8 players where okay, you know what? I'm keeping this guy. I'm keeping this guy. You can't touch this guy. He's not going anywhere. You keep your 8 players. Other than that, them other 2 teams, boy, they get to take whoever they want to. I mean, obviously, hey, if you're the Rockets, you keep it KD, you keep it Cancun, you keep it Aman Thompson, you keep
keeping everybody. But
got
that's what I'm saying. You're keeping everybody, but
you got 8
Holiday and JD Davis and your G League players.
No, but that's you can only keep you can only lock in 8. After 8, yeah, after 8, boy, the other 2
we don't play 8. So that's what I'm saying. Like y'all getting scraps from the Rockets.
Yeah, see, that's
y'all not even getting a Kogi off of us.
No. Like, hey, even like the Celtics, boy, obviously you keep it, you locking in Jason Tatum.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
That's gonna be painful to see guys like Jordan Walsh.
I was gonna say you might see Jordan Walsh walk. You might see Hugo Gonzalez walk.
No, they gotta keep Hugo. No,
I would say I feel like Hugo's one of the guys that you put on the list. He gotta stay. Pause. He has the biggest hands in the NBA.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that. I didn't know. Even bigger than Kawhi?
Yeah. Biggest
that's crazy. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, he like it's some physical characteristics of like, hey boy, you know what? We got something for you. And so, and I even it's gonna be tough. Even I look at the Suns, I'm like, all right, well, obviously you're keeping Devin Booker, you're keeping Jalen Green. You know what? Maybe not keep Jalen. You might be able to take him and get some off.
Ryan Dunn.
Yeah, Ryan Dunn, I gotta go. I love Ryan Dunn, boy. Hey, I was on the Ryan Dunn.
Yo, hold on, dog.
Ryan Dunn. Hey, listen, we got hey, you know what? Ryan Dunn. Here, this is the conversation. Ryan Dunn, boy, you've been good. You were our first round pick a year ago, man. You gave us some good energy. Yeah. Hold on.
Tap me out. No.
We go.
I'm Ryan Dunn. Appreciate that, man.
Oh yeah. Hold on, Ryan. Hold on. Hey, there's somebody at the door. Hold on. Let me get the door. Oh snap! You know what? Hey, Rasheer. I got Rasheer Fleming coming in, dog. You know what? We gotta talk later, dog. Yeah, Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, ain't nothing personal. Ain't nothing personal. Listen, I think what I'm hearing is that you could go back to college. After you think you still got years, so Virginia they might
I thought we was in here for an extension,
huh?
We was in here for an extension.
No. Hey, you know what? Listen. The way my bank account set up is, my money in my savings, and so the money that we pay, we got to move it over to the checkings. That take a few days. You know how it be. You know how it be, Ryan. You know how it be, Ryan.
They gotta make a nice.
Damn, you gotta go back to college
whenever you come back.
Hey, they say you still got some years of eligibility. Boy, I just seen Amari Bailey playing the G League for 2 years. Right. He going back to college.
That's right.
Hey, so right. Hey, RD. Hey, boy, you was great while you was here, but you brought us some, some highlight dunks. You dunked on Giannis. You locked up some people, and then we brought in Rasheer Fleming. I said, you know what? If I gotta choose one,
yeah, because Fleming can shoot. So,
oh man, he got a clip, don't he? Boy, he got it, and he a great defender. Now he missed the 2 free throws yesterday. I'd be ready to, I'd be ready. Hey, listen, Rasheer, you got one more time. You got one more time to miss free throws. I give him this one time. After that, boy, I'm bringing Ryan back.
Bro, Wemby is elite already.
You get that jumper.
Oh, Wemby's top 7 in the league.
Top 7?
Yeah.
I don't know. 7 players better than him? I don't know.
I think I can name 7 players better than Wemby right now.
Let me hear them.
Jokic, SGA, Giannis, Jason Tatum, What's that? 5? Jokic, SGA, Giannis, Jason Tatum. Who else was I thinking? Luka. Yeah, he might be 6.
That's what I'm saying. Like
he might be 6
right there.
Hey, he might. Yeah, he might be 6 though. 7 might be reaching a little bit.
Damn near top 5.
Yeah,
I'm saying that because the man waited literally perfect timing to shoot that shot. I'm thinking like, bro, I'm watching like do something.
Cause he's sitting there at the top of the key. First of all, ain't nobody coming to trap. Nobody's coming to help.
That's what he's waiting.
Nobody's coming to help. We just gonna sit there. Hey, you know what? Oso, you got it. Like Oso is Ben Wallace or something. Can you go help my nigga? Like, can you go help my dog? You gonna have me on your cussing, bro? Can you go help my boy? And you're sitting there watching Oso trying to defend Wemby 1-on-1. Oh my gosh, man. Oh, that one hurt. We should have won that game, boy. But hey, the Suns are spiraling right now. They got Milwaukee tomorrow at the crib. So Giannis ain't playing though. Giannis ain't playing. And hey, last time we played Giannis, we played the Bucks. They had Giannis and we beat him by 15. So we need a W tomorrow. And more importantly, we need Dylan Brooks back. So if he can go ahead and get that healed and stop driving and get himself a driver. Because apparently every time he drives, something happens. Whether he driving high or whether he, driving 85 in a 45. Can you slow down?
Stay off the.
Thank you, Tom. Hey, couldn't have said it better myself, brother. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't have said it better myself. Hey, you see Dylan Brooks, boy. He can't go nowhere though. I need Dylan Brooks on the team. He can't go nowhere.
Yeah, Rockets blew out the Hawks.
Oh, hey, that's a good W. That's a good dub. That's a much needed dub. That's
much needed.
That's a much needed dub.
Needed a blowout.
Yeah. But hey, you guys mentioned, boy, the playoffs are gonna be fun, and so we obviously got more coverage going into the playoffs. As we go into the playoffs, and of course when we get into the playoffs. But as for tonight, that is going to wrap up this episode, this edition of Gumball Sports Machine. Of course, shout out to my boys here. Thank you all for watching. As I always say, if nobody else is gonna tell you, I'll tell you. I love you. You matter. You have a purpose. Strive for happiness and be grateful for what you do have instead of for what you don't. All right. Well, I think I should turn Tone's camera off. But
what I do have, I got one of these. You know what I'm saying?
See, there you go. Everybody ain't got one of them. I don't got one of them.
My bad.
And listen, they got 2 of them. Can I have one? I mean, Tone, you got 17 of them. Kyson, you got 2. Can I have
17? 17.
Oh, you got 8. My fault, dog. My bad.
What do we look like, the Lakers to you?
See, there you go. See, there you go. See that you ain't no good.
Hey, my rings are a little dusty. I need some new ones.
Oh man.
Hey, you know what? Dusty rings is better than no rings. You know what I'm saying? That's what we going through over here. You know, I got a World Series ring that I wouldn't even allow for. Couldn't even celebrate.
Exactly. That's how I feel.
Man, you're right. And I got 2 heartbreaks, and I got 2 heartbreaks. I got more heartbreaks than I do rings.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
You just said you got to be happy for what you do have. You know how many teams haven't made it to the finals?
You're right. You know what, Tone? I knew there was a reason why we kept you around. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you bringing the positivity around here. You know what I'm saying? We have been to the finals, and we've been to the finals in the 2020s. You know what I'm saying? So
we haven't.
Oh, that sounded like a shot, twin. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah. Hey, that was a shot. That was a shot to Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, hey, I got.
Hey, that was a good save, huh, Tom?
Yeah. My bad. Hey, I said it, and then I said it out loud. Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud.
It's all good, bro. We'll get y'all first round. It's gonna be a good series, hopefully.
I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think I got the Lakers first round. I think I got LA
or Timberwolves.
Oh man,
I don't want neither.
We definitely got to link up to watch some of these playoff games, man.
Oh yeah,
halftime reactions.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think
what happened to my camera?
By the time Kyson baby shower come around. I think we should be in the playoffs by then. So hopefully, it's some good games going on. We all link up.
Yeah, that's like the first. That's like
I
the
think
first
that's the
round.
start of the play-in, the
Yeah.
18th, the
Oh
play-in.
yeah, you're right. The plan.
Oh boy. You know what? Hey, hide all the children because the language that's going to be coming out of my mouth if the Suns are playing in the play-in, cover all.
Which they will be.
Yeah, give the baby some headphones. I don't. They shouldn't be hearing that vulgar stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Pause. Suns are starting to be playing legends.
Well, that's the thing. This would be the first time we play in the play-in.
For real?
This would be the first time we play in the play-in.
Oh yeah, y'all 6 seed. Yeah, you're right.
Yep, we snuck out.
Minnesota.
Snuck out of the 6 seed 2 years ago.
It's actually a fun atmosphere. The play-in is kind of dope.
It is. I'm excited. Especially we gonna get a home game too. Yeah. So very, very much looking forward to that. But as for tonight, once again, thank you all for watching. If nobody else is going to tell you, I'll tell you. I love you. You matter. You have a purpose. Strive for your happiness and be grateful for what you do have instead of what you do not. And Tone, if you can do the honors.
Like, comment, subscribe, please, people. Tell your aunties, cousins, sisters, twins, nephew who got a baby daddy. Tell them to subscribe too, man.
All of them, and the above. You know what I'm saying? A, D, A, B, C, and all of the above. You know what I'm saying? But yes, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, tapping that like button, and following us on all of our social medias. We are on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, MySpace. No, we're not on MySpace, but you know, we're all on the other ones.
I might still be there.
Of course.
Yeah. See that? Hey, Kyson. There you go.
No,
there you go.
He was lining himself up for that one.
Yeah.
I think I still remember the password.
Find me on / / You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There y'all go. But hey, Tone, hey, you better get off that MySpace. You're gonna get in trouble.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yo, hey, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. It's all right. I keep my jokes to myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I keep my but yeah, once again, follow us on all of our social medias. But for my dog, my boy, my unk, ROG, and the man we call the generalizer, triple OG Tone, and for our expert when it comes to basketball and football, the man we like to call the analyzer. There's nobody better at analyzing those two sports in the world. That is Killer Kyson. He is figuring out his technical side of things right now, but him coming in with great content as always. And for yours truly, Jamal Gumo, aka Gumball, aka Mr. Gumo. We will be back Tuesday nights to discuss all the NBA latest news, whatever NFL draft, NFL news comes down. March Madness is going on. We'll discuss some more March Madness. There's already been some upsets already, and I think by Tuesday we'll be around the Sweet 16 area. So it's much appreciate everybody watching it. Of course, appreciate y'all boys, man. And as always, it is nice to be important, but it's much more important to be nice. We'll see you Tuesday night. Have a great weekend, a safe weekend. Do not do dumb.